We're going to start by pulling the hair out right through the center of the head and creating a square cutting line working vertically. What I want to do is create a nice flat compact shape through the back of the head. Working a square cutting line will allow me to do this, and also taking some weight off the external line. If we work from the top of the line right down to the bottom, it gives me a really good indication of how much weight and length I'm leaving on that bottom line. No hair is coming off that bottom line at all. Moving on to section number 2, what we're going to do is over direct it back into the previous section. This will allow me to keep more weight and length around the ears by working a square shape horizontally. Our second section is no more than 1 finger's depth, so in total we have a section that is 2 fingers depth from section 1 and 2. Remember to stand on the shoulder of the client if you're right-handed on this side, and push away from you back into your previous section so we can clearly see the cutting line and shape that we're working on. Moving on to the back area of the nape, we can now work with a feather razor, which will help me reduce not only length, but take away some of the thickness and weight from that area too, leaving the final result looking really nice and natural and soft on the neckline. Once the back area is completed, we can now move on to the 2 side panels. And the result that I want on the side panels is something that is long enough to just tuck behind the ear, but is also graduated in a little bit where it's shorter around the base and longer towards the curvature of the head. So the way that we're going to approach this is by working diagonal sections and cutting a triangular line with the scissors from long to short. Working this method through the sides of the head will really tie in nicely to the back of the head. What we need to do is make sure that we have a visual connection from the sides into the back. So working something from short to long is the perfect example of how to build up shape but still keep and retain the length going into the back of the head. We're now going to start working through the top panel of the head, where we're going to start through the crown area, and we're going to be creating a triangular section working from shorter to longer, working horizontally. The length that we're getting the guide from is going to be from the back of the crown on that corner area. This will allow us to cut the length upwards and get nice elevation and softness through the layering, but understanding that when it falls and drops, it ties in nicely to the back area of the head. Once we've cut section number 1, what we can do is take our next section in front of that, 1 finger's depth, and pull back into the previous section and cut along that same triangular cutting line from short to long. So we're now over directing 2 to 1. Because we're going for that nice natural looking finish, we're going to use the diffuser on the hairdryer, where we're going to put it onto a medium speed and also a medium heat. And we're going to just work with our fingers, just maneuvering the hair about, starting to organically dry the hair into the shape that we've cut it to. Another thick and dense area of the haircut could be through the crown area, where we have that weight moving backwards from the top into that zone. So what we're going to do is work a nice V slice cutting technique through that area, again just to lighten it up and encourage a little bit more movement in that area. When working with this slicing technique, it's important that you work with the hair in lots of control. We're combing all of the hair upwards, and we can quite clearly see the last third of the hair, and we're working with the scissor in more of a swooshing motion, scooping it out from the last third into the ends and really taking some of that weight out. From the front of the haircut, we can now see a beautiful natural parting with a lot more squarish shape looking at him from the front profile. So what we've created is something that is more tailored, but still very natural looking. From the back of the head, we've lost a lot of that weight that we had beforehand, and we've got something that is much more tailored to the length on the sides and top, with lots of nice natural movement through the back area. Hopefully this haircut won't have to be cut for a while now, and the client can grow out with confidence. From the front area, we can see it really suits the client, and the styling is on point and is really easy to replicate for the client on a day-to-day basis. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. See you soon.